What's going on, people? King Richez back again with another video. Yeah, big up to everybody that supports the channel and all of that good stuff. Yeah, we're going to talk about something that is a topic I've talked about many times, but it's something that we need to rehash because a lot of guys don't really understand where they are in the pecking order in this dating game. A lot of guys don't understand why they may not be finding the kind of success that they're expecting. You know, they're looking on TV, they're looking on social media, they're seeing that a lot of their peers, they seem to be doing well, and then they look at their own life and then they, you know, they may not be having the same kind of success, you know. And I'm going to be talking about dating within our community and dating outside of our community, and why many times many black guys find it very, very difficult. You know, there's a lot of propaganda out there that tries to suggest that dating for black guys is very, very easy, that is simple. You know, a lot of times a lot of non-black men will tell us that, oh, you know, you lot have got it all, you know, all the girls, all the women want a black guy, they're all chasing after a black guy. And to be honest, it's just not true. It's absolutely not true. And I am coming from the perspective of a guy who's been able to date women inside my community and outside my community. I dated women in the UK and the USA and other Eastern European countries and so on and so forth. But the thing about it is that when you have a lot of experience, you start to get a better understanding of the grand scheme, like the bigger picture. And I'm somebody that's had a lot of experience. I'm not going to say I've had all the women that I've ever wanted to date in my life, but I've pretty much done more than probably the average black guy. So, you know, I feel like I am in a good position to air my opinions and hypotheses on these dating dynamics, right? So please, everybody watching, please hit the like button. I'm going to be reacting to 2 or 3 videos in addition to reinforce the points that I'm going to make. Now, again, I've made these videos before, right? I've made these videos a long time ago, you know, and, you know, to me, it's just a revision. So the first thing that I want all you black guys to understand, you black guys that live in the Western world, you live in the UK, you live in Canada, you live in the USA, yeah? And you are not a black guy with superpowers. And what do I mean by that? You're not a black guy who's 6'8" or 6'5". You're not a black guy who's devilishly good looking. You're not a black guy that's on the TV. You're not an entertainer and you're not a pro athlete. You're just a regular black guy. The reality is that majority of non-black women are not really checking for you. They're not really trying to couple up with you, date you, take you serious or anything. A lot of times they're just kind of avoiding you, to be honest. And this is something that a lot of guys may argue with because they've been able to get some play here and there. But if you really look at it and, you know, this whole interracial dating myth, it's a lot of propaganda from the media. You know, a lot of times the media will put these interracial couples whereby the black guy is a pro athlete or he's some kind of entertainer, he's some kind of guy that has clout, and then they will show him off with his non-black girlfriend, and that girlfriend will be extremely good looking very exotic, you know, or maybe she's just a Becky or whatever. And the reality is that is not the reality for the average black guy. I'm sorry, it's not. The average black guy, you know, if they are dating interracially, a lot of times it will be women that are not the most sought after. That's the most politically correct way I can say it. They won't be the most sought after in their community. All right? And I want you lot to follow along with everything I'm saying and press 1 in the chat. Hit the super chat if you agree, if you have questions or anything. I want this to be a very interactive live stream because I want us to get an understanding of this thing. A lot of times in when I was in America or when I was, living in the UK, a lot of times when I see these couples where it's a black guy and a non-black woman, a lot of times the woman is a woman that is not the most sought after in her own community. Now, that could be for many different reasons. But the thing is, a lot of black guys are willing to take on board a partner who may be not wanted in their own community. We see it all the time. And I'm going to talk about the dynamic of black men dating within our own community as well. This is something I've talked about many times as well. So this isn't just going to be about interracial dating, right? Again, I'm somebody who's dated many non-black girls and many black girls in my life in the USA and in the UK, all right? So basically, a lot of non-black women who are sought after, the Beckys, the Asian women, etc., etc., those women, they tend to stick with their own. Or if they're not white, they will prefer to couple with a white guy. You got to understand, we have been fed this propaganda that, black guys are they're the most sought after, and they have a high SMV and sexual marketplace value and blah blah blah, because the BBC and all black guys have humongous willies, so all these women want to sleep with us and blah blah blah. And you got to understand, bro, like, that's not a serious thing. Number one, not every black guy is not walking around with a BBC. Let's keep it real. Right? And a lot of us guys, we have this idea in our head that all these women, they're just craving and going crazy trying to find this BBC or experience a BBC. And really and truly, I don't think a lot of guys have the same understanding of women and sex. They don't have a really clear understanding. Most non-black women don't care about BBC. They don't care. A lot of us, we've been watching too many corn videos. Too much corn videos, too much on the hub, too much of that. And now it's warped your mind to think that this is reality, that, all these non-black chicks, they want to have this scene. They want to experience this scene that you saw on the hub. But I'm sorry, it's not true. It's not true, bruv. It's not true. Majority of people stick with their own. Majority of people stick with their own. And the 90% of the time, I'm not going to say 100%, but 90% of the time, when you see a black guy, and he's with a very attractive non-black woman, just know he's got superpowers if he's doing it. Hey, let's even take it further. If you see a black guy with a very, very attractive non-black woman or black woman, he's got superpowers, bro, especially in this side of the world. Press 1 in the chat if you agree with that. As a black guy, we have a lot of stereotypes that are working against us. And a lot of women are not wanting to really, get involved with that. You understand? You got to understand the intricacies of this thing. Majority of people stick with their own. They want to uphold an image. They're worried about what their family is going to think. They're worried about what their friends are going to think. They don't want to be ostracized from their community. Do you understand? Stop looking at what Travis Scott is doing. Stop looking at what your favorite NFL player is doing or your favorite NBA player is doing. Oh, he's dating these, oh my gosh, these hot Latinas and hot Beckys and hot Asian women and all of this, bro. Stop looking at that, bro. Because number one, you're not in those guys' tax bracket. Number two, you're probably not as good looking as those guys. Let's keep it real. Like, I'm just being honest with you guys, man. I ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing. Am I saying it's impossible to do these things? No, there's nothing impossible. But it's highly unlikely. It's highly unlikely, cuz. Another thing that you need to understand, yeah? And if you've got a disagreement or a question or anything, hit the super chat. Support the channel, man. Don't just be writing stuff. Hit the super chat and support the channel, man. This is the thing, right? You need superpowers, cuz. I am yet to see a 5'6" or 5'7" average looking, average money black guy with a bad Becky, bro. I'm yet to see that, bro. I'm talking about an 8 and above. I've not seen it unless that guy's got some mad clout or mad money, bro. Like, it just doesn't happen, bro. It don't happen. Now, obviously, some of you guys, the way you rate girls or rate ratings and stuff like that, like you may rate women differently, but bruh, everybody knows an 8. When you see an 8, you know it's an 8, and everybody else knows it's an 8 out of 10 chick. Everybody knows, right? Oh, a top tier looking woman, bro. Like, you don't really see like Mr. Average Joe, average height, average money, average looks, average everything, black guy with like bad chicks like that. You don't. I've seen white guys that are average with decent looking women. Maybe not an 8, but decent. See, the game is different. And this is why I say that black guys shouldn't really ever take dating advice from white dating coaches or white guys in general. They play a completely different game. In my opinion, I feel like white guys, for the most part, all they got to do is have a bit of confidence. Just don't look like a tramp. You know, dress neatly. You know, you don't even need to wear name brands. You don't need a chain. You don't need any of these things. You don't need muscles or tattoos. Just don't be overweight and have a bit of confidence. Press 1 in the chat if you agree with that. And get the likes up on the video, man. Get the likes up to 100 likes right now, man. Let's not mess around. Big up Daniel for the super chat. He says, those non-black female corn stars are just doing their job. Yeah, absolutely. That's the thing. Like, a lot of us, we've grown up watching too much corn, and now that's warped our minds to think that, oh yeah, the girls, they're lusting after BBC so like crazy. Like, bruh, that's not the majority of them, bruv. It's not. Big up Daniel for another super chat. He says, looks, game, money, and status. Without it, no chance, bruh. Like, again, I'm not gonna say 100% is no chance, but I will say that it's not, you haven't got really the best chances. It's highly unlikely, bro. I'm not going to say you can't get a woman, but you're not going to get top tier. Not like what they show in the media on TV and movies and stuff. No, bruv. No. All right? But yeah, us black guys, I mean, bruh, we have a lot of stereotypes that are going, like, against us, bro. Like, we have the stereotype of being lazy. We have the stereotype of being unproductive. We have the stereotype of, you know, not really making legitimate money, and, you know, all of these, and being baby mama makers and cheaters and all these kind of things, which, you know, yeah, we laugh it off and we know it's all like garbage because all men do all these bad things as well. Yeah. But even with that being said, we still have a lot of these stereotypes, like, you know, thrown into our mix. And unfortunately, women believe a lot of the hype. You know, a lot of women, and I'm talking about all women, not just non-black women, black women as well, have been conditioned to look at black men a certain type of way, as in, you know, for the most part, most of them are just not worth dealing with. And that's the reality, fam. That's the reality, bro. The game is different from black guys, from every other group of men on the planet, the game is different for us. It's different. We have different societal pressures to everybody else. Every other man can basically, you know, couple up with women in their own community quite smoothly. You know, they don't face the whole, you know, I want a criminal, that we're attracted to criminals, or we want these super tall guys, or any, like for instance, white guys, yeah, they don't really face that whole thing of, you know, the criminal archetype. You know, you have to be street, you have to be hood, you have to be like a street guy, but a smart guy and educated, but at the same time you keep it real and all of this kind of stuff. Like, white guys don't experience that with white women. Asian men don't experience that with Asian women. Indian men don't experience that with Indian women. You know, it's just different, bro. It's different. It's different. We play a completely different game. I want to add in another thing. The fact that the non-black women that do date black guys, because, you know, we've all come across, you know, the Beckys or the Asian girls or whatever that usually they're very adamant and very clear. I only date black guys. Those kind of girls, right? Bruh. Those kind of girls, fam. Yeah. The dark reality is they have dated a lot of black guys. A lot. Write 100 in the chat if you understand and you agree and you know what I'm talking about. They have messed with a lot of black guys. Yes. And I'm talking about women, non-black women I've messed around with. Yes. They have messed with a lot of black guys. Whenever you come across them ones, and I'm not going to say all of them, but a lot of them, bro, if they only date black guys, bro. they've probably dated a lot of black guys in their history. And it's just, it is what it is. You know? A lot of these girls, as I said already, they may not be very sought after in their community. Could be based on the fact that, it could be on the basis of, you know, how they look. It could be on the basis of, you know, choices they've made with their lives, maybe mistakes they've made with their lives and stuff like that. And so now maybe the guys in their community are not really checking for them like that. And then, you know, black guys, you know, a lot of black guys are thirsty, desperate, want some woman, you know, some black guys, they're simping for non-black women, you know, they're just ready to kiss the behind of some non-black woman. So then, you know, a lot of these non-black women, they find it easy to find a black guy. It's easy for them. Easy, bro. And they know that they can replace you very quickly, bro. And I'm talking about this from experience, cuz. You see, hindsight is always 20/20, cuz. Hindsight is always 20/20, and you just have to think about your past, and you realize that, wow, like this is the game, really. Like, a lot of these non-black women, they don't see you as a serious option as well. They don't see you as a serious option. They're just with you. Maybe they just want to sleep with you. Maybe they do want the BBC. Who knows? Like, a lot of them don't see you as a serious option. It's just a joke. It's just a plaything. It's playtime. You know, they sleep with you. You know, you might want to take them serious, bruh. They don't want to take you serious, fam. Because they care about their image. They care about what their family thinks, what their friends think, what their community thinks. They don't want to be ostracized out of their community, bro. So yeah, they'll see you like at 12:30 at night, come to your house, do whatever with you and then leave. Yeah, that's calm. But walk around with you hand in hand in the midst of their own people, I don't know if they're going to do that, fam. Because that's a very big statement to make. It's like when you make a girl your girlfriend and you walk around in public hand in hand. You go to the main shopping center with your girlfriend and you walk hand in hand, you're hugging her and everybody's seeing. Bro, you know that's a big statement, bro. You know you don't really want to be doing that with a 304. You don't want to be doing that with somebody that has got a bad reputation, because that's going to make you look bad. It goes across the board as well on their side. They're not going to really want to be seen and judged because they're dating a black guy. Again, it's not all. It's never all. There's no absolutes. But many of them are going to have that thought process. Now, some of you guys, you probably don't care, like, you know, you're just sleeping around, like, you know, there's no emotion, there's no love, there's no nothing, you don't care. And that's fine, innit? But you need to understand the game you're playing, innit? Like, and the players you are playing with. I always say that. You need to know the game you're playing and the players you're playing with so you don't get duped. You don't get finessed, you don't get confused, and then the next thing, you're going to be upset. Hindsight is always 2020. Now, in terms of black guys dating within our community, right? Our community, for some strange reason, glorifies thugs and criminals and street life. Right? Everybody, press 1 in the chat if you understand exactly what I'm saying. The black community in the West, in the UK, the USA, it glorifies, it idolizes, it glamorizes thugs, criminals, and street culture. Street life. Road life. And a lot of times, the women in our community, they find those kind of male figures that suit that stereotype as desirable, as attractive. They are highly attractive, especially in the girls' younger years. They find those guys the most attractive. That's why there is countless videos where there's women that say they just prefer, they don't want a guy that works 9 to 5. They want a guy that makes fast money illegally. They don't mind. They don't mind a black guy who, you know, is not a legitimate guy. They don't have a problem with that. They like that kind of energy, that thug energy, bro. That criminal energy. He's a loose cannon. He will do anything. And the reality is, the majority of black guys are not really like that. The majority of guys, the black guys are average, you know, majority of black guys, they're just trying to cut through, man. They're just trying to cut through life and just be normal. They're not trying to go to jail and go back and forth to jail. They're not trying to, you know, dabble in in vice. Yeah. They're not trying to do that. They're not trying to sell poison to their own community and walk around with weapons and have to look over their back and have to basically be in a gang. And because of that, a lot of those guys, they may get overlooked within our own community. You get overlooked, bro. Many black guys actually turn to being gang members and a part of this street life because, you know, number one reason for money, but number two reason, they know that women find it attractive. They know that within our community, it is deemed to be like you're a hero. Hence why when your favorite rapper who's been rapping about, you know, doing all kinds of levels of destruction in his own community, when he finally gets caught for something and sent to jail, you see a gang of people outside saying, free that rapper, free him. A lot of those people will be women as well. Free him. Let him out. Even though he's talked about doing all these kind of crimes, bro. Like, there's no other community like that that has this to this level, to this intensity like the black community. There's none. And that is unique. It's not mainstream in other communities like it is in the black community. It's not. So that kind of puts a lot of black guys in a kind of difficult position. I mean, let's use the example of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, right? Let's use the example of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Everybody knows Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, right? And we're not talking about real life. We're just talking about the characters in that show, all right? So basically, there was the character of Will Smith and Carlton Banks. Will Smith wasn't necessarily a gangster. He wasn't a criminal, but he had that street mentality, energy that I'm from the hard streets of Philadelphia, blah, blah, blah. You know, he had that kind of bad boy energy and stuff like that. Whereas his cousin Carlton was clean cut. You know, he was a bit nerdy, but, you know, he was a decent guy, etc., etc. He was on the shorter side, and I think that's kind of ironic that they made Will so much taller than Carlton. Yeah. But, you know, Carlton was just a little rich boy, you know, listened to his parents, good grades, you know, did the right thing, never got in trouble, etc., etc. Now, if you look back, how was Will treated and how was Carlton treated? And remember, they were only dealing within the black community. They weren't doing interracial dating, right? So how was Will treated by the women and how was Carlton treated by the women? Because that was a straight up reflection of reality. And what you find is that a lot of those Carlton type black guys in real life, they end up usually turning to interracial dating. Because in the younger years, a lot of women in our community, they want the bad boy. They want that bad boy energy. They craving that. They lust after that. And that's a unique problem. I mean, there's bad boys in all communities, but that whole like close to criminality, street road life culture is more prevalent in the black community more than others in the western side of the world, in my opinion, right? And let's get hey, listen, we're well over 200 people in here. We need to be close to 200 likes right now, all right? I've got some videos that I'm going to react to right now. Let's get the likes up on the video and also get the super chats. It's only been 2 super chats so far. Also, even in talking about Will Smith, let's even go deeper. And this is the real life aspect. Will Smith in real life was a good guy. He's a clean cut guy. And he got married to Jada Pinkett. And who did Jada Pinkett want to marry? She wanted to marry Tupac. She wanted to marry Tupac. She was in love with Tupac. She made her daughter write a letter to Tupac. He'd been dead for God knows how many years. She even slept with August Alsina, her son's friend. Because the son's friend had that same kind of Tupac energy that she was craving. This is a reflection of the reality that, you know, if you are just a normal, nice guy, clean cut black guy, you know, a lot of women in our community, they're not really gonna look at you as a serious option, bro. You may not be the first option. You know, and this is just how it is. This is just how it is, bro. I'm telling you. Big up to JSR for the super chat. It says, it's the people around you that black men, it's the people around you that black men, white women dating, bruv. You're going to have to clarify what you mean by that. I don't understand. But at the end of the day, like, if you go outside and you look and you notice, you observe the interracial couples that you see outside, yeah, bruh, most of the time, yeah, if the black guy is an average height, he's maybe on the shorter side, he's just average height, average looks, average physique, he's not a flipping movie star, he's not no musician, he's not no pro athlete, most of the time their partner will be kind of mid. Do you know what I'm saying? If that, sometimes they're below mid. And I don't know, it just makes me like sad in a way. Like, it makes me sad. Like, just makes me sad, bro. You know, stop getting caught up in the whirlwind of looking at pro athletes and rappers and who they're dating, bro. You're not in their tax bracket. I'm telling you. Hey, listen, we need at least 40 more of you to hit the like button right now. I want to jump into what is it? It's the people around you that hate it. We got JSR for the super chat. I still don't quite understand what you mean by that sentence, bro. I still don't understand. And listen, let me just say this again. I'm somebody that I've done interracial dating. The last woman I was with, she was a white American girl. Everybody knows who that was. You know, looking back in hindsight, I could see that was a big mistake. Do you get what I'm saying? And a lot of the red flags that I'm talking about, she was carrying those red flags as well. But obviously, that situation, I got into that situation because, you know, there was other factors. It wasn't just me trying to be with her. There was other things that happened that kind of brought us together, you know, and etc. etc. But, you know, obviously hindsight is 2020, and bruh, it just is what it is. So when I get onto doing the reaction video with these other guys, you're gonna understand exactly what I've been talking about for the last few years. Because this is not the first time I've talked about this. I've talked about this many, many times. Number one, a lot of these non-black chicks, when they only date black guys, they've usually messed with a lot of black guys. A lot of these chicks are probably not the top tier in their community for many reasons, right? And basically, and another thing is they know that they can replace you, and a lot of them think they're better than you. This is deep. A lot of these non-black chicks, and this is something that I'm very, very like observant of this thing now. And this is why it's a very bad thing to give away attention to people for no reason, blood. Yeah? Like, if you know you're not going to approach a chick, there's no point you looking at her, staring and looking for too long, right? Because a lot of these non-black chicks, they think they're better than you, black guy. They think they're better than you, bro. Like, they look at you as thirsty. You want them so bad, bro. Like, you're a thirsty guy. That's how because you got to understand, it's the stereotypes that have been bombarded through, you know, years and years of propaganda about black men and black men being so thirsty, and black men that all they think about is sleeping around and blah, blah, blah. So a lot of these non-black chicks, they look at you as that. And listen, I'm not saying these things to be sad or anything like that. I just want you lot to see the reality of this thing. Like, you know, still go out and go for whatever you want, whether you want to date black women or you want to date white women or you want to date whoever you want to date. Like, still go for what you want. But I want you to understand that, bro, it's not basic season out here. It's not basic season, and it's not like how they try to make it out. A lot of times when you see a lot of these couples as well, these interracial couples with the black guys and non-black chicks, a lot of times it's youngers doing it, bruv. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's youngers. And a lot of these youngers, they're going through a phase that they're going to grow out of, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you just got to really peep the game. But get the likes up still. I'm going to jump into a reaction video right now because I think this is a good time to jump into it. All right. Please keep hitting the like button. Don't forget to do that. Let me see. Which one shall I start with? All right. So I got this. I saw this video and I think this is really interesting. And it comes from a black guy that lives in Asia, in East Asia, and he's talking about the realities. Do Asian women like black men? The hard truth, right? And I really was impressed by this video because he said a lot of things that I already knew, and he's gonna back up a lot of the points that I've made many times. So I think this is gonna be a good time to jump into this. So boom, let's see what we got.
More snobby, you gotta understand that with Asian women. A lot of them put on facades. A lot of them ain't gonna tell you how they really feel. They're not gonna tell you that they're judging you. They're not gonna tell you they're uncomfortable around you. They're not gonna tell you they despise your kind. They're not gonna tell you that they came up in a racist society or racist family. And that,
hey, you know what? Bruh, I'm gonna have to pull back what he said, bro, because there's a clip at the beginning of this video and I want you lot to see it. But what he's saying is facts. So he started off this video like this. So let's see what this clip was showing.
Their dicks are bigger and our p***s are tighter. And black guys like to dominate a lot. They like to get their dicks squeezed really hard by Asian girls.
Name some black and Asian couples, though. I don't really know of any.
Chris Brown was with an Asian girl.
What Asian girl?
She was like black and Asian.
What black guy is with a full Asian girl?
Like a successful Asian girl relationship.
Yeah.
You see, I don't think it ever works out long term. I think the theory is like they just want to the Asian girls. They can't ever trap the Asian girls because the Asian girls are always going to want something else.
Most sexy nationality? 黑人, black people, right?
Yeah, like black people.
Which country? Just in general?
Like rappers, like that.
Okay.
That type.
So you're like a fan of like hip hop and rap culture?
Yeah.
Have you?
You see that? I'm a fan of the hip hop and rap culture. And why? Because that's what is exported. That's the stereotype of black guys, bro. Like, if you don't fit into that stereotype, then you don't exist. Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
You dated a black guy before?
No.
But you want to, right?
No.
she said the black guys are the most attractive. Have you ever dated one? No. Do you want to date one? No. Look at that.
I just feel like they're good looking, but I won't actually like date them.
So it's more like a fantasy,
yeah,
right?
like I don't really have a chance to. There's like black people that ask me for like contact.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Like,
on street. Yeah, on the street. Yeah.
and you still say no?
I'm not really into it. I don't know why, but now like when I look at Instagram pictures, I'm like, wow, he's so hot.
You think?
You see what I'm saying? Because those guys that she's looking at on Instagram are like 6'8". They're 6'8", ripped, and they got money as well. They got superpowers. That's what this is what I was saying to you. Bruh, like, if you're not a black guy that got superpowers, bro, like, bruh, the majority of them are not going for it. And even with that being said, she said that, she doesn't get a chance to date black guys, but then, what's it? When black guys do approach her in the street and try to ask for her number, she says no. And she says she don't know why. I know why, because you're not really onto it, bro. Not really. It's a joke. You probably been watching corn. That's what it is. Anyway.
They're really sexy, but you wouldn't date one.
Yeah.
Why?
Because, like, culture differences. I'm more comfortable with, like, Chinese people.
Pick any
You see what she said? I'm more comfortable. Bro, this is what I'm saying. Most people stick with their own, especially women. Women especially, they usually, typically, commonly, most of the time, predominantly stick with their own. Why? Because it's safe. Because they find safety by sticking with their own. By going out and then coupling up with a black guy, walking around with a black guy, holding hands with a black guy in public, bro. You're basically, the chick is basically saying, yeah, I'm a part of his world now. That's what it is. That's what it is.
nationality you could date and have a relationship with, who would it be?
Chinese.
Still Zhongwen.
Yes.
What if it was a half Chinese, half say Nigerian?
Oh, that would be so hot.
Japanese girls like black guys. Japanese girls.
Japanese girls?
Yeah. They like black men. Black men. Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay.
Light skin.
Light skin.
It's like I'm a 55 overall, no badges. No badges. The personality badges don't even work, and I got those.
黒人と言ったら何が思い浮かびますか？
ザラのモデルさん。モデル？足速そう。かっこいい。優しい。
They ask you, what comes to mind when you think of black people, models and fast runners, bro?
人が多いってイメージ。ウィル・スミスです。運動神経が入るがいい。日本で決まってる。っていう。
That one said not so good image and that they struggle. What did I say earlier, bro? Nah, the women, these Asian women are saying it, bro. And it's not just these Asian women that think that. It's white women, Asian women, Indian women, just non-black women. A lot of them share these same sentiments, bro, to varying degrees. None of you lot watching can argue this now. Because I saw a lot of people in the chat trying to argue. And I don't know why they're arguing it, bro. Like, it's silly. Poverty. Look, she associates poverty with black. Oh my days, bro. Wow.
ゴスペル？そうや。アフリカダンスが上手とか、ボビー・オロゴンさん。足速いとか、強いイメージ。運動がいいんじゃない？ちょっと怖いイメージがあります。オバマ。
She said scary. This one said scary, bro.
ちょっと怖いイメージがあります。
That one said that we're scary, fam. Yeah, though. Because a lot of you black guys, you desperately want to get an Asian girl, bro. From Asia. Not even the ones that are in the West. You want to go over to, do passport bros in one of them far, East Asian countries, bro. Like, good luck with that, innit? Like, that's all I'm going to say, innit? Because we're going to have a black guy that's in an East Asian country, and he's going to tell you the reality of what it is. Do you get what I'm saying? So, I find that funny, to be honest.
オバマ。優しそうなイメージ。フレンドリーなマッチョ。かっこいい。
And get the likes up on the video and stop waiting. Because this is real. Alright? Get the likes up on the video. Stop waiting around.
Asian women, a lot of them put on facades. A lot of them ain't gonna tell you how they really feel. They're not gonna tell you that they're judging you. They're not gonna tell you they're uncomfortable around you. They're not gonna tell you they despise your kind. They're not gonna tell you that they came up in a racist society or racist family. And that's what a lot of black dudes don't understand. As black dudes coming up, the only real knowledge of Asians and Asian women we have is like they just stay away from you. We don't really have much like interaction with them, especially coming from.
Big up to Crypto Bro for the super chat, the $9.99. He said, F this, the show the mixed girl from Pineapple Show with the old white dude yesterday. Show them, don't tell them. I never saw that. I don't watch that show, but I'm gonna check it out though. I'm gonna check it out. Cause you super chatted, I will check it out. You're saying mixed race girl from Pineapple Show with the old white dude. All right, cool. I'm gonna bring it up, but let me continue with this for a little bit. Big up to Crypto Bro, and you lot follow his example. Hit the super chat, man. All right, cool.
From America, coming from Africa, coming from the UK, the Caribbean, you're not gonna have much interaction with Asian women. And I feel like that's probably changed over the last like 10, 20 years in a small way. It's still a new thing. It's still a small, minute category. It's still a small, minute group of us that have actual experience with Asian women and Asian culture. So a lot of us just know Asians for staying away from us. We don't really think too much about it. We just know Asians don't really fuck with us. That's it. But lately, like Asian, look at this shit, bro. This is what happens when it rains out here in Thailand.
Oh, so he's in Thailand. That's where all you passport bros go, isn't it? Thailand, innit? You lot love talking about Thailand, and you know, brothers get love in Thailand, bro. Like, this is a guy that's in Thailand and he's saying it's not like that. Not necessarily, anyway.
Away from us. They don't really look at you. They don't really speak to you. And you might just think, oh, they don't fuck with us. And you're kind of right, but like, it's deeper than that. It's more of a society thing. It's more of like an upbringing thing. It's more of like your values don't align as...
Yeah, because they're conditioned to look at you as less than. That's why. Like, just like most other non-black communities, they tend to be conditioned to look at black people as less than. So obviously, as a black guy, if you try to date a woman from one of those communities, a lot of times they're going to have the knee-jerk reaction. They're going to be like, whoa, I'm not trying to get in the mix of what you lot got going on over there. It doesn't look too positive. Do you get what I'm saying? Now, obviously, if you are in a place like London, which is more multicultural, and you're dealing with non-black women who have been, you know, they went to school with black people. They have friends that are black people. They probably gone to black people's houses and met black families, and they've had the experience to know that, okay, all of these stereotypes are not necessarily true. Many black people are not criminals. They're not lazy. They're not in poverty. They're not struggling. They're not all baby mama makers and all of this. Like, those kind of non-black women, yeah, those kind of ones you may be able to date or whatever, but if you look on the grand scheme of things, if you want to look at it countrywide, not just in London as a pocket, but the whole UK, majority of non-black women are not trying to date black guys. And I would hazard a guess that that's the same in the USA. Please tell me if I'm wrong. Anyway.
Blacks and Asians, they don't really relate to you. But like, obviously lately, that's been changing as the world moves on. Like, there's a lot of Asian people that literally just take black culture as their own, especially.
Ooh, somebody made a point that I nearly forgot. Woo! I nearly forgot about this point, bruv. Yeah? If you are a mixed race guy, all right? If you are mixed race and you're very, very, very light skinned, you look like, I don't know who's a good example. Let's say, I can only think of the NFL, and I'm thinking of Patrick Mahomes. If you look like Patrick Mahomes from the quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs, bruh, you're playing a different game as well. To us black guys, us obviously 100% non-ambiguously black guys, you're playing a different game. Because a lot of times, the mixed race guys and ambiguous looking guys, you lot can cut through. A lot of times you'll get a lot of leeway, especially if you're a good looking dude. If you're tall and good looking and you're mixed race, you pretty much, you still may get a little bit of discrimination, but nowhere near to the same magnitude that a black guy like me would get, or a black guy darker than me would get. Absolutely not even close. That's why when you watch shows like Love Island, yeah, I nearly forgot to mention Love Island because that's a show that's very popular in the UK. Yeah, when you see shows like Love Island, it is a very clear reflection of reality. Because if you notice on Love Island, most of the time, the black guy will have to couple up with the white, the black girl or the mixed race girl because there's no other option there. And I'm not saying that he should. I'm not even trying to... listen, let me make this clear. This video is not about, oh, please, I wish that it was different, and I wish that black guys were just doing bare loads of interracial dating. That's not it. I just want to make the facts clear of what the reality is. And I always say this, and a lot of people, they don't understand it, but I always say this. I truly believe that black people shouldn't go on Love Island. I think that's a silly thing. And I don't understand why black people ever apply to go. Well, I do. They want to be famous and they want to make money. But, you know, really and truly, me personally, I would never go on Love Island. Like, because number one, I know I'd probably get kicked off the show the first week because I would say something very, very real. That's the reality. I would say something real. I would call out if I do see some kind of prejudice or any kind of weird behavior from anybody, the guys or the girls. I'm gonna call it out. That's gonna probably make them all not like me because the majority of them are going to be non-black. So I'm probably gonna be seen as the problematic black guy, and I'll get voted out. Like, it's like if you go on a show like that, you have to assimilate to what the majority can tolerate. Do you get what I'm saying? And the majority of the people on the show are non-black, and the majority of people watching the show are non-black. Bro, I don't really see the point of you being there. I really don't. But anyway, regardless of that stuff, yeah, if you're a mixed race guy, bro, you're gonna have more, I would say, especially interracial dating. If you're a tall, good-looking mixed race guy, even if you're tall and average-looking mixed race guy, I think you're gonna have more success doing interracial dating than a black guy. Do you get what I'm saying? I honestly believe that because I've seen it, especially when you're outside of like multicultural environments. When you go out to those cities where it's like very, very predominantly white, the mixed race guys, they do well there. They don't have no problems. You get what I'm saying? Like, real talk. But anyway, let's get back into it.
Especially in Japan and a lot of these places such as fashion, music, our lingo, our culture. And I've seen the most influences of Jamaican culture in Japan. Japan is a huge dance hall scene. There's a huge reggae scene out there. Thailand, you'll see some Rastas. You'll see a lot of weed shops and a lot of people that subscribe to that Bob Marley vibe culture. But for me, I didn't really think about dating Asian women until like an Asian woman came on to me, you feel me? When I was 17 in America. I've told this story plenty of times. Like, my first Asian girl was from Cambodia, and I didn't know there was brown-skinned Asians. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Big up to Mr. Travolta for the super chat. He says, CZ is a bad example. All his videos are negative. He has a chip on his shoulder. I lived in Asia for 6 months. My experience was very different from his. I'm 100% Niger. Asians not liking us is not true. Bruh, from what I know of Asian culture, right, they are very, they stick to their own predominantly, very heavily. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, so, I mean, your experience is your experience, and I don't know, but I think that most people, most black men would agree, or most people in general would agree, that Asian culture is about, or Asian people are very, very adamant about sticking with their own. They don't really mix with other cultures and other people too much. Like, do you get what I'm saying? I'm not saying it never happens, but that's not typical. It's not typical, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? But if your experience says otherwise, you know, that's your experience. You know, I'm not knocking what you're saying, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but anyway, yeah, man, let me carry on. Big up to Mr. Travolta.
I didn't know what Cambodia was. This was like 2019. She hit me up. She invited me over, whatever. She paid for my Uber, $120, all the way across my state. She kept buying me stuff. She was just looking out for me all the time. And I thought it was weird because I've never been used to this. You feel me? It's a cultural difference. I was never used to women just being overly nice, spending money on you, and just showing their appreciation like that. That made me like infatuated with Asian women. I wasn't attracted to Asian women before that. Even her, I wasn't attracted to her before that, but then I realized the personality, The femininity was part of their culture, and that's how they treat their men. So I came to Asia when I was 20, which was 2 years ago. Then I'm realizing, damn, I came to Thailand and I realized, damn, I'm getting the same treatment times 20.
Most of the time, when you've seen interracial couples with an Asian woman, bruv, 99% of the time it's with a white man. A lot of these countries, like in Asia, South America, etc., they kind of idolize whiteness. Do you get what I'm saying? So, like, it's not a surprise that a lot of the women, you know, if they're not going to date their own, they're probably going to want to date a white man. That's because their culture kind of looks at whiteness as like a, I don't know, more positive and more, I don't know. It's just the way it is, bro. Like, let's keep it real, innit?
You feel me? I'm thinking here I'm more exotic. I'm a young black man. There's no young black men here. Woman cooking for me, doing my laundry, bringing me packs of weed every day, just being around me every day, driving me around, doing all this stuff for me, which I do love about Asian women. Like, they'll do stuff for you that your mother wouldn't even do, that you never thought you needed as a man. And that's what a lot of black men kind of love about Asian women. They make you feel like a complete man. It's like the complete opposite. It's like the yin to your yang. But what I came to realize is, like the woman in the beginning of the video said, it doesn't last. That's the thing about dating Asian women as a black man. That honeymoon, that sweet lovey-dovey shit, it doesn't last. Most of the time, they kind of fetishize you.
He said most of the time they fetishize you. Big up to Tyrone James for the super chat. It says even Somalis stick to their own people. Yeah, most people stick with their own, bro. Like, let's keep it real. Even within the black communities, most people like to stick with their own culture because it's a more smoother like timeline. Yeah, like, let's keep it real, cause like a lot of you guys, you so want to do interracial dating so bad, bro. Like for me, I've done interracial dating many times, and like I've never thought about it like, oh, interracial dating is the most important thing. Even when I had a white girlfriend, bro, I didn't care about like, campaigning for interracial dating, because to me, I'm just dating a girl that I like. Do you get what I'm saying? At that moment, she just happened to be white, or she just happened to be wherever she is. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I never used to think about it that deep. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, my thought process was, does the girl like me? Do I like her? Is she treating me how I want to be treated? And does it look like, this can go anywhere? That's all I used to think. Do you get what I'm saying? But whereas I think there's a lot of guys out there, a lot of black guys, that they desperately want to get a Becky. They desperately want to get an Asian girl. They desperately want to do that. And sometimes that can skewer your perception of reality. When you're so determined to date outside your race, it's like kind of skewers your reality, bro. Like, you get what I'm saying? So anyway, let's carry on.
They kind of look at you like a mystical being. They'll praise you, they'll worship you, they'll tell you everything they love about black guys. They'll tell you, yo, black guys is this. They have the best heart. They're manly, they're masculine, their dicks are huge. They don't like white guys. They don't like Asian guys. And that shit will feed your ego. But like, the more experience you have with Asian women, you realize they just say this shit all the time. They know how to like feed your ego as a black man. Asian women know. They know getting a black man is easy. They know how to love.
Do you hear what he said? They know getting a black man is easy. Just the same, bro. Even the non-black women that don't date black guys, they know that they can get a black guy easily. Easily. In the chat, everybody write easy in the chat, bro. Anyway.
Bomb you, they know how to just act feminine around you. The thing about Asian women, they say as little as possible so you can have like a fantasy in your head of what's going on, when really most of the times, like I always say, they like the idea of a black man. They don't like you. You feel me? You're just the unit to them. After you, she's gonna go on to the next black dude and use the same shit. She's gonna go to the next black dude and use the same game. You're not really looking for long-term relations or getting to know you or trying to be understood by you. Like, no, they don't want that. A lot of them like to just keep a lot of shit hidden, keep a lot of shit unsaid. But like really, the main things Asian women really like black men for is our body, sexually, that lust factor of being with a strong black man and being dominated by a black man. Pussy will move. Fucking dogs. They like that.
Hey, this guy about to get eaten by a dog, bruv. Mad thing.
Another thing they like is the image. They like our image of a black man. They like how we carry ourselves and like we make them feel cool. That's a huge thing with Asian women, especially as a young black man. We validate them and make them feel cool as a young black man. So they like to use our style and like our attention. We make them escape reality a little bit as a black man. You make them feel cool. You make them feel like they're somebody they're not. And
So basically what he's saying is that this is just some fantasy. Whether like, obviously like me personally, I've not ever dated any East Asian woman, so I don't know innit about East Asian women. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, but what from I'm gathering from what he's saying, they basically have this thug rapper, fast runners, athletic, big, strong guy image that they want to experience. But really and truly, this is just a fetish, really. They're not looking at you as a viable option. They're just looking at you as some cartoon character that they've seen it on a corn video, and now they want to live that out for a little while, and then they're going to get rid of you, and then they're going to move on to the next one, onto the next one, onto the next one, until they just completely can't be bothered to do it anymore. That's what it sounds like. Do you get what I'm saying? That's what it sounds like, bro. Someone said it, hip hop culture fantasy, bro. It's sad, bro. It's sad. But anyway, let's carry on, man. Let's carry on. And please hit the like button. There's a lot of you. There's well over 300 of you in here. Get the likes up. There's over 300 of you in here, yeah? We should be close to 300 likes.
See that a lot out here. A lot of Asian women, they'll try to dress up as black women, get weaving their hair, black woman hair, curly hair, to like try to appeal to black men. They try to dress like black girls. They try to listen to black people music. And they do this with white culture too. They do this with Europeans. They do this to Arab guys too. They do this to Indian guys too. They'll just try to like cosplay to what you like or what you're used to. And that's one thing Asian people are good at. They're very good at assimilating to what you like and what your culture is, whether it's food, whether it's opening a restaurant, whether it's opening a nightclub. They know how to just like appeal to you to get what they want. But yeah, a lot of Asian women, they'll just like, they'll do that for your attention. They'll do that for like some validation to make them feel, wanted sometimes. If white guys don't want them, then they'll start coming to black dudes for validation. But like a lot of them...
You hear what he said? Did you hear what he said? He just said, when white guys don't want them, they'll come to black guys for validation, bro. That's a very deep thing that he said, and he said it quickly, bro. But we need to stick on that point. Because I know that is true, bro. I remember when I was doing security at nightclub, right? At nightclubs. And, there's different levels of attractiveness of women that are in the nightclub. And I was doing this in a non-black area, bro. Yeah. And what you will find in there, they already know that they only want top tier guys, or they want guys from their own community, bro. They're not really trying to do no interracial stuff. But guess what? A lot of the time, the women that would come and flirt with me, or I would be talking to like other black guys, bro, as I said, they are not the ones that are the most sought after. That's the politically correct way I can say it. They're not the ones that are top tier, that guys in their community are really, really enthusiastic to date. Do you get what I'm saying? Big up Mr. Travolta for another super chat. He says, I had the same thoughts as you before I lived there in the Philippines. For example, you set your Tinder to that location, you'll see how much love you get. That might be a good experiment still, but like, I won't hold my breath, my brother. I won't hold my breath, but yeah. I don't think I've ever tried to approach like an East Asian woman. I don't think I've ever done that before, to be fair. But anyway.
20 years ago would never look at you. They'd probably ride past you. They'd probably ignore you if you walked up to them. They'd probably never want to be seen with you. One thing about the Asian culture you got to understand is like, it's not just them. It's deeper than just them. Asian culture is about your face and your social card. A lot of Asian men and Asian women, they know that like, once you go black, you never go back. And we might think that's a good thing. That's not a good thing to them, bro. They look at, if you've been with a black man, you're tainted, you're a whore, something's wrong with you. You're basically like an outcast.
What did I say? What did I say? This guy said it again, bro. I swear, I don't know this guy, bro. I just watched this video just by accident, bro. He said that a lot of times when these women, they date black guys, they get a stigma from the men in their own community. They get a stigma by their own community now. Now it's like, oh yeah, she's this, she's that, you know, and it's all negatives. It's all negatives. And that's why a lot of times, maybe there is more non-black women that would like to date black guys, but they're not going to do it because they don't want to run the risk of getting those stigmas and being ostracized by their community. It's real.
And a target. See, us black men, we're used to that. So it might not sound like a big deal. You might be like, that don't matter. But for Asian women or women in general, that does matter. That is a huge thing. That's all they know. That's currency for them, you know? That's currency for Asian people in the Asian family and Asian culture. Their values is different. And like living in Asia, sometimes you do kind of feel like that. Like, damn, I'm a black guy. Everybody has a negative stigma around you. Like me, I don't really care. Like sometimes I will feel like, damn, what the fuck am I doing here in Asia? I'm just out here acting ignorant. But at the same time, like, you do get love, don't get me wrong. You do get hella love. You do get hella attention from women that other guys don't get because you're so different. You do get opportunities with women that other guys don't get. But like in the clip at the beginning of the video, she says, Chris Brown was with an Asian girl. Who was the Asian girl? And then she says, a black Asian girl, Blasian. Then she says, oh, basically saying like, oh, that ain't shit. She ain't of value. She's black and Asian. She ain't of value. So that's the thing you got to understand too about here. Blasians get the worst treatment here. They're looked at as like, you're not even human. You're not even valuable to society.
That's so wild. That is so wild. I never caught what he said. When I first watched this video, I never caught this bit. He's saying that Blasian, as in black and Asian women or men or whoever, they get treated really poorly in East Asia, in Thailand where he's at. And it's so ironic because, you know, us lot in the West, you know, especially us black guys, when we come across a girl that is half Asian and half black, we usually look at them as, oh my God, she's gorgeous. She is like a unicorn, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? That mix is highly sought after by black guys. Highly. But in their own native, you know, in those Asian countries, they're looked at as like, they're not looked at as anything special at all, bro. Like, and that's crazy. That's a revelation right now. Hey, listen, if you never knew that before, press 1 in the chat if you just learned something today. That's crazy.
You're ugly. You don't fit in. So that's the thing you have to understand too. If you have a kid out here, they'll never fit in. And they can't escape. They can't escape that, bro. I know a lot of Blasian people I've met in Japan here, and they kind of like have a deep hatred for their parents and themselves because of what society does to them and how they feel and how people treat them and stuff like that. It's like they can't relate to anyone. Everyone has like an upper hand over them. Their self-esteem is very low, and a lot of times they're suicidal. So you'd never be able to fit in those shoes as a black person or an Asian person. But yeah, image. Another thing is image. A lot of Asian women do like our image. Like even at the beginning of the video, you can watch the clip. I'm with the Japanese girl. She's flirting with me all night. And then I ask her, do you like black men? She says, no. She says no, but she's dressed like a black person. Her whole life is centered around black culture because that's the cool thing to do. So a lot of times we make them feel cool. That's the main thing Asian women like black guys for. We make them feel cool. We make them feel accepted. And I've dealt with a lot of Asian women, bro. I've actually dealt with Asian women who have like older black guys as husbands. And a lot of times they'll tell me like, I had one Asian woman tell me, yeah, my man is black, but he's so boring. Like, he's a nerd. He's too smart. He just sits on the computer. He's an IT guy. I don't like that. I like guys like you, who's just fun and you have style and you just have a different swag. I don't like that type of black guy. I like you. And it's like, damn. A lot of them just like fun. A lot of Asian women only like that fun factor about black guys. That fun night of sex. That fun adrenaline rush of breaking the rules, breaking her norm, stretching her out or whatever the fuck. They like that mental stimulation of just like doing something they're not supposed to do. In a city like here, Phuket or Pattaya, Thailand, a lot of dudes think these is places to find wives and they don't realize, like, bro, this is a party place. Women come here to party and act like people they're not.
Wow. So, bro, that's a direct message to passport bros that want to go to Thailand. He's saying, all you guys, he's talking to black guys, really. Let's keep it real. You're talking about you want to go to Thailand to find a wife and that. And you're meeting up with women that basically are just there to be party girls. They're just there to drink alcohol and party and just smash and that's it, bro. Like, and act out of character. This is too real. This is why I had to do this reaction video to this video, bro. Yeah, because this is too real.
Women come here to dress slutty and act slutty in ways that is not accepted in their hometown. They'll be like scrutinized for acting like that around Asian men. Asian men will treat them like they're worth. So like one thing I realized, when I'm not on that party vibe, when I'm on my like real man vibe, I'm focusing on getting money. A lot of Asian women will think I'm weird. They'll think something's wrong with me. Like, why is this black guy so serious? Why does he take himself serious? Why is his self-esteem high? And it makes them feel like uncomfortable because it's not normal to them. They think all black guys are just party, have fun, act loud, act crass, act like gangsters. That's the thing with a lot of interracial dating or whatever, or hooking up. A lot of them don't really like you. They like your image. They like that fantasy. A lot of women, especially Asian women, watch a lot of black porn.
What was I gonna say? They watch the corn. Big up Mr. Travolta again for another super chat. Appreciate you. He says, you're not wrong culturally. They prefer white skin, just like black guys prefer thick women. But it doesn't mean that Asians won't date black guys. CC is just negative. Every one of his videos is negative. But nobody's saying that Asians won't date black guys. No one's actually made that definitive statement. Like, I haven't said that Asian women won't date black guys. I'm not, and as far as this zeze guy said, he's not said they won't. He's saying that he has dated Asian girls and stuff like that. But that doesn't change the general consensus. Exceptions never make rules, my brother. Exceptions never, ever make rules. Just because you've managed to date 5, 10, 15 women doesn't mean that the majority of the women are like those 15 women that you've dated, bro. It's just not real. It's not reality, bro. As I said, I've done interracial dating, bro. Yeah? My last girl was white. She was white American, bro. But does that mean that most white American women want to date a guy like me? No, it doesn't, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? And I'd be ridiculous and silly if I was to start going around and trying to promote that. Like, it just wouldn't be true, bro. Like, do you get what I'm saying? And then a lot of times, again, as I've said, you know, when you look in hindsight and you look at it, bro, a lot of times the non-black women that are like exclusive to dating black guys, a lot of them, there's a lot of like baggage there. There's a lot of things going on that, bruh, it's just not the best situation. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's just not the best situation. Like, bruh. Anyway. Anyways, you get me. Big up to Calvin Bruton Games for the $9.99. He says, and that's why when I have dudes tell me to get my passport, I give them the same answer every time. I say to them, I don't trust women overseas either. I always trust my heart. Bro, at the end of the day, no one is safe. And no matter where you go, there are going to be traps, there are going to be pitfalls, and there's going to be danger. So every time you deal with a woman, there's a risk there. It's risk. Because at the end of the day, you're not a mind reader. You don't know what this person's thinking. You don't know how they really perceive you, what they really think of you. And then especially if you're going to go to another country where you don't even speak the language, you don't understand the culture properly, like, and you have to be real, you know that in their society, in their culture, they kind of look down on black people, especially black men. Bruh, you need to just be very careful. You just need to be very extremely careful. Do you get what I'm saying? But big up for the super chat. So anyway, let's get back into it. I want to run this video a little bit longer, and then we're gonna jump to another video. Yeah.
Born, and you can see the clip in the beginning. The guy said, "What country of black men do you like? From what country?" She said, "I like the rapper type. They look good on Instagram." Basically, she's saying she watches black porn.
Stop saying the P word, man.
And she sees all this black stuff in the media. She thinks it's cool. She thinks it's sexy. She don't relate to it. She would never take that serious. She could never bring you home. She could never see herself getting along with you for a long period of time. That's what a lot of dudes don't understand. And I'll tell you, a lot of Asian relationships with black people don't last because of that reason. She's looking for a fun time. She's looking for parties. She's looking for some hot sex. And you think, damn, this Asian woman just fits me well. This Asian woman just likes me. Bro, she's playing a part.
That's sad, boy. That's sad. Please, everybody, get the likes up on the video. Get the likes up to 300 likes right now. You can easily do it. There's enough of you watching. Get this video up to 300 likes. And if you got a question or you want to make a point, please hit the super chat and support what we're doing, what I'm doing right here, man. Do you know what? I'm going to move to another video. Yeah, I think we've heard enough about Asian women. Because this video is not about Asian women and black men. This is just a general video. All right? This is a general video. All right. So now I want to move to another video by a creator. And he was talking about the sad truth about race and dating. Right? And I think this is very important stuff. So you lot, get ready. So this is a white guy speaking this time. So let's see what he's got to say.
Let's say that I'm a black guy, for instance, right? It would make absolutely zero goddamn fucking sense for me to go to China. From what I've been told, again, maybe I'm wrong, but let's just assume that everything I've been told about China is for the most part accurate. Or a country like Korea. If I liked Asian girls as a black guy, it would be absolutely brain dead, retarded for me to go to these countries, right? At the same time, a black guy in the Nordic countries, Sweden, Finland, Norway, etc. A black guy in Miami. These are markets where everybody with a brain knows that black guys get treated really, really well. They say, go where you're appreciated. So again, there's two sides of the coin. One is being a retard and acting like this shit doesn't matter at all, and there aren't countries that are more xenophobic or racist, or that they don't favor other ethnicities or races more than others. So that's one thing. On the other end, I think most guys do the opposite and they focus on it too much. Everyone likes to be...
I don't agree with that. I don't think most guys... I'm only going to talk from the position of black guys. I don't think most black guys overly focus on not being able to date women based on race. I actually think the opposite. I think most black guys are optimistic about doing interracial dating. And I want to get a poll right now from all of you lot watching. There's 361 of you watching, yeah? Now, do you lot believe that most black guys they have it in their mind that they can't do interracial dating? Or do you think most black guys are enthusiastic about doing interracial dating? Yeah? So press, so write yes if you think that black guys they want to do interracial dating and they believe they can do it. Or put no for if you think that most black guys think they can't date outside their race. So put yes or no. And don't do it just from your own perspective. Do it from what you think the majority of guys think. So weird. People always say turn up your volume. The volume's already up, bruv. Go fix your computer, bruv. Oh, it's like 50-50. All right, so I'm getting a lot more yeses now. All right, you're out of here. Ooh, I don't know. It's looking like 50-50, but I'm seeing more yeses. Honestly, yeah, I think that most black guys think or feel like they can do interracial dating. I don't think most black guys think about it negatively, like, oh yeah, I can't get a Becky, I couldn't get an Asian girl, I couldn't. Nah, I don't agree with what he said. I don't agree with that. Anyway,
be a victim, and everybody likes to complain that it's not their fault. If you guys ever study copywriting, which is basically sales in the written form, you write words on a website to convince somebody to buy a product. If you can really identify with that group and make it sound like it's not their fault, like, oh, you didn't lose weight, well, it's not your fault, you know, the government wants you to be overweight, it's the government's fault, or, like, for the food pyramid, or whatever, or XYZ, it's called allaying their fears, right? Or I don't know, whatever it is. But point being is, like, everyone wants to be a victim, everyone wants to feel like it's not your fault. But the fact of the matter is, if you're not succeeding in dating that what you want, again, one, don't be overly retarded. Don't be like, why am I not getting success in Korea? Because in Korea, they only want to date other Koreans. And that is when it is the fault of the actual country. That's one of the instances where, yes, like, looking at this shit matters. But for most places, under most circumstances, it's your genetics, your game, your finances, and your strategy that is most likely holding you back more than just your ethnicity. So let me...
Yeah, but your ethnicity is your genetics, though. Your ethnicity is tied in with your genetics, because, bro, like, when you look at different ethnic groups, right? Like for instance, you get white men and you get black men, you get Asian men, you get Indian men. Like, there are, like, patterns that you see, you tend to notice that there's patterns. There's certain phenotypes that are usually more associated with certain ethnic groups. So that is actually your genetics, bro. It is. So he's saying it's not so much about your ethnic group, but your genetics. But your ethnic group is tied in with your genetics. So I think he's kind of wrong with that one. But anyway, let's see what else he's got to say.
Elaborate, right? Your genetics is obvious. It's how good looking is your faces. Do you have a kink in your nose like I do, with this offensively pale white skin? Or are you a handsome, tan, tall guy who still has all of his hair and has white teeth, unlike yellow motherfucking teeth like mine? That's genetics, okay?
This guy swears a lot, man. You don't need to swear so much, man.
That's one of the biggest factors: your height, your bone structure, etc. Next thing is your confidence, your humor, your empathy, your overall social skills, your ability to relate and be charismatic and create a connection to other human beings. That's a big factor. Your finances is big for very obvious reasons I don't need to elaborate on. And your...
Yeah, but you see, this is the thing. Like, you're going down that road of like just be confident, bro. Just be talkative, bro. But and listen, I encourage like everybody to work on their social skills, have their money, you know, work on your physique, get power in every area of your life. I always talk about that. I've been talking about that from day one. But the reality is, like, you can have the best social skills, you can look great, you can have money, but if you're going to go and speak to a woman who she does not want to be seen with a black guy, she doesn't want to couple up with a black guy, she don't want to do nothing with a black guy because he is black, and she comes from a culture that has that mentality, bro, all that other stuff is irrelevant, bro. It's irrelevant. Like, bruh. Like, do you not agree or do you disagree? Like, bruh. And this is what I say. I always say this, yeah. Black guys, please, if you know you want any kind of You want your mental health to be good. You don't want to be disappointed and all of this and frustrated and be asking questions like, why is this not working for you? Do not get dating advice from a white guy. Ever. Black guys, all you black guys, please listen to this very carefully. Stop going out getting dating advice from non-black men. It don't work. We don't play the same game. I'm sorry. The world does not look at us the same way. Women do not treat us the same. I'm sorry. That's just the reality. That's the truth. Press 1 in the chat if you agree. Press 1 in the chat if you understand what I'm saying. And that's not me dissing the guy that's speaking. That's not me dissing anybody. This is reality, bro. You want to get advice from people that walk in your shoes, bro. That you can relate to. That you will have similar kind of experiences in life. You're going to get advice from somebody that's like on the other end of the spectrum, bruv. I'm sorry, no, bruv. No, cuz. Don't go like that, cuz. You know what I'm saying? Just being confident is not going to work. Most black guys are confident. Most black guys are confident, bro. It doesn't mean that they're getting loads of box. Especially interracially. Anyway.
Your overall strategy. I won't get too off tangent here, but my strategy is I have 2 or 3 or 4 Tinder accounts running at any given time. I could be boosting an Instagram post at any given time. I'm testing different dating markets and testing different cities. But
you're a white guy, cuz. You're a white guy. Tinder doesn't work, bruh. Bruh. Tinder does not work for black guys the same way it works for white guys. Alright? Number 1, most of the girls on Tinder are non-black women, bro. Let's keep it real. Most of the girls on Tinder are non-black women, bro. Yeah? And even me, bro, I'm a tall guy. I'm a well-built guy. I have a social media following. I'm not broke. I could, bro, and guess what? When I use Tinder, when I have used Tinder in the UK anyway, bro, the results were poor. Poor. Let alone a guy that's on the more average height, average face, average build, average money, average everything. Bro, you can have as many Tinder accounts as you want, bro. You're just going to have many, many failures. You're going to take many, many more L's. That's all it is. Tinder is not really designed for black people either, to be fair with you. I'm just being real. You're better off, if you're going to use a dating app and you're a black guy, you're better off using Hinge. Use Hinge. I've had success on Hinge, but that Tinder, nah, bruv. Nah, man. That don't work for black guys. Hey, listen, in the chat, if you're a black guy and you're on the average side and Tinder has worked for you, let me know, bro. Let me know. I want to hear your experience, because as far as I've seen, every black guy that I know that's used Tinder, yeah, has always said that don't work. But guess what? All the white guys that I know that use Tinder, they having a great time. And some of them are short, and some of them are not rich, and some of them are very, very average at best. So again, this is why I'm saying it's really redundant as a black guy getting dating advice from non-black men, because they live they're playing a different game to us. Anyway.
More photos than a goddamn actual Instagram thought model. I'm always testing my photos. I'm asking females. I have left America. I'm traveling on a different, new here. If you go to my older videos, a bit more, which I don't necessarily agree with, and most would be.
I have to fast forward because he's talking about some other stuff.
A general preference for the most part for a typical white gringo, blue-eyed looking foreigner. We all know this is true, right? In certain cities, right? And let's not over focus on this, but it's true.
So he's talking about South America and saying that there is a preference for, white guys in South America, because obviously South America is another place where a lot of black guys, aka passport bros, they talk about they want to go to these South American countries and find their girlfriends or wives, or they want to date down there. And unfortunately, the reality is a lot of them are just paying for box. Really, they're paying for box, and those women, bruh, they want to date their own men as well. And if not, preferably they'll get a white guy. That's the reality, bro. Like, that's the reality. But anyway, not saying it's 100% that. I'm not saying it's 100%. Listen, disclaimer. I'm not saying 100% because you know you're going to get guys underneath the comment section that are upset. And they say, no, you don't know anything and blah, blah, blah. It's just because you can't get these girls, I can get them. Know what I'm saying? Bro, I do very well in real life. I do very well in my community and outside my community. Do you get what I'm saying? Don't let these little approaching girls videos fool you into thinking that my success rate is low. It's not. But it's whatever. But anyway, boom, let's get back into it.
However, a 6 out of 10 white guy, even though white is a little bit more, preferential, is not going to do better than an 8.5 or 9 out of 10 black guy. Like a good looking, taller, more confident, less goofy black guy is going to do better in, let's say, Guadalajara, Mexico, than a goober of a white guy, even though white might be, somewhat preferred. On the flip side,
but that's not even worth saying though, bro, because at the end of the day, you're comparing a 6 out of 10 white guy to an 8 out of 10 black guy. The black guy's got superpowers, bro. What do you mean? For the black guy to be an 8 out of 10, that means he's got superpowers. That means he's going to be tall, he's going to be good looking, he's got his stuff together, etc., to the point that it is obvious that he's a top tier guy. And you're comparing it to a 6 out of 10 white guy, like, bruh, like, obviously he's going to do better. The real actual question is, who would do better if we've got an 8 out of 10 white guy versus an 8 out of 10 black guy? That's the better question. Or on the other side, you could say, what would happen if you had a 6 out of 10 black guy versus a 6 out of 10 black guy in that dating market? Who would do better? Because I'm sure in both of those social experiments, you would find that the white guy does a lot better and a lot easier. You lot in the chat, let me know if you know what I'm saying, if you understand what I'm saying, bro. Like anyway,
they highly prefer black guys in the Nordic countries, Sweden, Finland, Norway. But a goofy black guy who's overweight is not going to do as good as a white guy who's in shape and cool and got his shit together and has...
Yeah, but that's obvious though. What the comparisons he's making are just very, very basic and obvious, bro. Like, obviously, if the white guy is an 8 out of 10 and he's in a Nordic country where supposedly the women all want black guys, right? Bro, like, obviously he's gonna beat the 6 out of 10 or 5 out of 10 black guy. Obviously he's gonna get more success, and that's not even necessarily 100%. And none of these things are 100%. But these are obvious comparisons. Do you get what I'm saying? The better test is when you have a black guy of a certain number versus the white guy of the certain number, and see who is more successful with the women there. Who are the women more attracted to? Who are they more gravitating to? Who's having the smoother process? That's what the true test is. Not comparing somebody who's got superpowers to someone who has no powers. That's not a fair test. What the hell? Is like, and I'm not even saying it to diss this guy, but like, what he's saying is not really hitting, bro. It's not really hitting. Big up Don Anderson for the super chat. He said, me personally, I think interracial dating is overrated, considering the fact that there's way more cons than pros, and secondly, these other races of women don't care about black men like that. Bro, to be honest, like, bruv, nobody is safe out here. No one. And as a black guy, bruh, like, bruh. You're playing Russian roulette, bro. Like, but as I've said many times, I think the majority of black guys is probably in your best interest to date within your community, bruv. And I've said that, and I've said that multiple times. So all these people that try to put this interracial dating label on me, these people have not been watching my content long enough to understand what I think and who I am. At the end of the day, regardless of if I'm able to date a white girl or date whoever girl, yeah, it still doesn't change the fact that the majority of non-black women do not want to date black men, and it doesn't change the fact that most of the time the differences in cultures are going to be so much of a clash that it just doesn't, it's not really going to be a smooth I don't know, it's just not going to be a smooth process to mix. So that's it. I think most people stick with their own, and you know, there's a reason for that. Like, do you get what I'm saying? I'm not for or against IR dating. You do whatever the hell you want to do. It's up to you. Like, but you know, a lot of times we just need to keep it real with ourselves, bro. But anyway, let's get back to what this guy's saying, man.
Amazing photos and multiple Tinders and multiple Instagram accounts and multiple online dating virtual assistants texting girls on his behalf for him in his sleep. All right. So it's, again, strategy, genetics, height, these things, style.
Your ethnicity plays a huge part in your genetics, fam. Okay, I'm going to keep saying that.
Money, and like I said, strategy a million times. These are the things that help more. But at the same time, if you like Asian girls, white, black, anything, doesn't matter. Do not go to Korea and wonder why you're not getting success there. That's where the shit like, you know, the genetics, the money, the height, that's not what's holding you back. That's one of the few times that, yes, it is your race, it is your ethnicity. That is what is actually factually holding you back from success there in that specific instance.
A lot of these guys want these Korean, Thailand women, boy. Like, that's interesting still. I want to move on to another one, yeah, Hey, listen, let me see where the likes are at. Listen, let's get it up to 300 likes right now, man. There's a lot of you watching right now. Let's get it up to 300 likes. Let's not mess around, bruh. All right? I'm going to move on to the third video that I want to react to. This was a very interesting video, right? And I want to react to it right now. All right, cool. Let's get to it.
For my black men, most women from other races are not checking for you. Now, with that being said, have I dated a lot of white women? Yes, I have. Majority of the women I've dated have been white women and Latina women, right? And some black women here and there as well. But And I know for a fact, I've been in the fields. I've been out to the bars and the cold approaches. I've done it all. I know for a fact, women from other races are not checking for black men the way the media and the way the hub and the way these dating the way people hype it up to be is just not reality. And this is why there's so many big dating channels that cater to black men. This is why we see so many, I think, we see so many black incels is because they're being lied to. This is why we see so many black men struggling on these dating coaching channels, you know, because they're trying to figure out what is it? You know, these people are telling me I should be slaying, I should be doing good. You're just not. They're not checking for you like that, bro. You know, I fell in the same trap. You know, oh, dating coaches, yeah, man, if you get your game up, you get your money up, blah, 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 you know, you'll be able to date around in different races. And that is technically true, but not to the extent that people will lead you to believe.
That's what I'm saying. It's not to the extent. It's not to the same extent, and it's not to the same quality level. It's just not the same quality levels. No, bro. It's not. It's not, bro. Right? It's just not, fam. Let's carry on.
A lot of it is low quality women. You know, I'm just gonna be honest. A lot of the white women that you're going to attract as a black man are going to be low quality white women. Now, I've attracted a couple of high quality white women who it was almost like they didn't even see my race. I said this the other day, but it's almost like they didn't even like think about that I'm a black guy, you know? And it's rare that you meet white women like that who are into black. A lot of white women who are into black men, usually it's a phase, or these women are kind of damaged. And trust me, I've dealt with a lot of them. A lot of them tend to be very damaged. They tend to have some type of psychological issues. A lot of these women have been dotting it up. A lot of these.
What did I say, bro? What did I say, bro? Bruh. You know what's crazy? Hindsight is 2020. Hindsight, bro. 2020. A lot of these girls, man. These non-black chicks. They only date black guys, bro. As I said, they've dated a lot of black guys. They've had many black boyfriends, bro. They've had many just black guys in their life. Yeah, just in and out. And they've replaced this one, you're the next one, and they replace you, they kick you out, then they get another one, and that's how it goes, bro. A revolving door, bro. Yeah. And then a lot of them, bro, maybe it's a phase they're going through, or maybe there's something that they've gone through that has kind of made them a little bit rebellious in their life. So now that, you know, they're a rebel, now they're just going to go and date black guys because they know within their community it's kind of frowned upon. This is one of the realest videos I've ever done, bro. Like, and you know, courtesy of these guys who've made their own videos. Like, so please, everybody, let's get the likes up on the video, all right? This one's a real one. Anyway.
These white women have stables of black men. And it's easy for them, you know, because think about it. If you're a white woman who likes black men, you pretty much get the pick of the litter, because most black men are desperate. They're thirsty. You know, for a white woman, a lot of black men pedestalize white women. Let's be honest. A lot of black men pedestalize white women. So these white women have the pick of the litter. These white girls in these liberal cities run through brothers. They run through them like hoes, basically. You know, they call them up, hook up with them. They don't. And a lot of these white women will come straight over. They'll fuck you, but they won't, you know, date, or they won't really take you seriously. And if you try to kind of pursue something with these women, they'll usually, you know, it's just casual. I'm not really looking for anything. For my brothers who have experience, you guys know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. For all you guys who don't have experience, shut the hell up, sit in the back, just listen. You know, for all of my older black men, you guys need to shut the hell up too. I'm sorry, no offense. But for my older Gen Xers, my older millennial men, these guys are delusional as hell. They're extremely delusional. You know, in order to really be able to date outside your race and get really good quality, I'm talking about like the same quality that an average ass white dude would be able to get, you got to be something exceptional. You know, you either got to have status, height, looks. You almost got to be damn near Superman. You know, you got almost.
He said it, bro. You have to be Superman, bro. Everybody watching, if you watched this channel and you've ever heard me say that black men have to be superheroes, bro, to date like hot chicks, bro, please write super in the chat. Write super, the word super, S-U-P-E-R. This guy I'm doing the reaction video, he said it as well. Like, for you to be a black guy and do this interracial dating with high tier, top tier non-black women, bro, you better have superpowers, bro. Cause, no, bruv. You're gonna be, you know, dating the, you know, that more closer to average, below average ones, or the ones that, you know, a lot of times men in their community are not really trying to date them, bro. Like, and that's just reality, fam. I'm seeing a lot of super, because, you know, like, this is not the first time, bro. I've been talking about this for years. I was one of the first people that ever talked about this, the realities of black guys dating and interracial dating, and how it's not how they make it look on the TV. Bro, I was one of the first, if not the first. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, bruh, average white guy, he's all right, man. He can go to Thailand. He can go to Mexico and get a decent woman there. Black guy, You gotta be 6'5". You gotta have all the money. You have to be good looking. These are things that are even out of your control. How tall you are and how nice your face is, that's out of your control. You can't control that, but you better have those things on your side. This is how crazy it is, bro. This is why I say that black guys, we have the most unique experience, because I mean, I don't really think that any other ethnic group has to be a NBA player to be considered as a top tier man in his community. You don't have to be an NBA player. Like, come on, man. Anyway, let's get back to it.
Almost damn near got to be Superman, you know. I'm serious. I'm not saying, guys, there's not exceptions out there. Well, I saw what about Bill Gates' daughter? She dating a black guy. Man, that black dude is the elite. He's part of the elite class. That is an exception to the rule, guys. Black people got to fucking wake up. Black guys, you got to wake up. In the United States, as a black man who is high IQ, well-to-do, it's pretty much over for you, you know. And again, I'm not saying.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far. It's not over. It's not over. But the game is rigged.
That you can't get laid. The thing, I said this before. Black men, yes, do we have a hard time getting laid? No. Majority of us can actually get laid pretty easily because of the physicality, because of the sex appeal that black men are known to have. But if you want quality women who actually values as a person, a lot of these white women, guys, I'm gonna say this, they don't really value you as a person.
I know you lot can't see what it says on right here because I'm covering it, but it says, I've seen couples like this, and he's talking about the picture above. I've seen couples like this, especially in the South. Token white girl who dates black guys. Typically, they are young, but not the norm. Usually, these women go on to marry white. And I said this earlier as well. I said a lot of times when you see these kind of couples like that, because that you know, that guy is not, you know, like no Diddy. He's not the best looking black guy out there. You know, he's not especially tall, etc., etc. Like, bro, a lot of times these couples are youngers, bro. Yeah, and a girl like that, she'll probably go and get with a guy in her own community that doesn't know that she's dated black guys. Because if she starts trying to date a white guy that is of a certain caliber, and then he finds out that she's been dating black guys in her past, a lot of times they're not going for it, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's real. Press 1 in the chat if you know that's true. Anyway.
Listen, bro, I'm just going to be honest, you know? I dealt with them enough. I'm telling you. A lot of these white women who date interracially, they don't really take you serious like that, bro. You know, and I'm sorry to break it to you. You know, I went to college with mostly all white people, guys. I know this. I'm not just making this shit up, you know? So for my black guys out there, we get the worst deal. You know, we may be able to get laid quicker than an Asian male or an Indian male, but we're at the bottom of the barrel when it comes to actually getting a good deal. You know, you got to basically go to the gym, get jacked. You got to be an elite specimen of a human being in order to just get any type of quality.
That's what I've been saying. I've been saying this for years. This is why I told you, this is why I was talking about get power. And I was telling, because this was really specific to guys like me. You need to get your money together. You need to get your looks together. You need to get your social skills and your mental aptitude high. You need it all, bro. You need to get your superpowers together, bro. Because, bro, like, it's just not fair. The game is rigged. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's it. Like, that's it. And he's saying it. This guy's saying it. That's it.
Even that is going to be, you know, to get the same quality of like an average white guy or whatever, you got to be Superman, you know? And they say, well, what about black women? Won't you just go with black women? Here's the thing with black women. And I'm going to say my experience. When I was from 18 to about 28,
oh, and this caption said, just be tall, light skin, and looked mixed, bruh. Because he's referring to this picture. And that's what I said earlier. I said, look, if you're a mixed race guy and you're light skin, bro, like, you're playing a different game as well. Because a lot of times, a lot of times, when you hear non-black women say, especially Becky's, when you hear them say that they like, oh, I really like black guys, I want a black guy. Really, most of the time they're talking about they want a mixed race guy, bro. I'm just being real. A lot of the time they want a mixed race guy or a light-skinned guy, bro. Patrick Mahomes looking guy. Do you get what I'm saying? They're not really trying to get the dark-skinned brothers, man. Like, real talk, but yeah, man. Anyway, let's see what he said about it within our community.
Black women were not checking for me at all. And it's not because I'm ugly or just, it's because I'm not your typical type of black guy. You know, I don't talk like your typical. It's the blackness. And I know.
Big up to Dante in the chat. He says, I saw King Richez in E15 and trust me, King Richez is a real one. Appreciate you, my dog. I'm outside for real. Trust me. But anyway.
A lot of people say, man, we got to stop talking about, you know, the blackness, man, the black community. If you black, but no, shut up. Shut the hell up. I'm tired of the lies. We're tired of the lies. If you don't have enough blackness, you are not going to do well with your own race. You are going to get ostracized. Many black men have been ostracized, you know.
And what he's talking about is the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air example, which I gave of, you know, you had the archetype of Will Smith and then you had the archetype of Carlton Banks. And what this guy's referring to is within the black community, you know, dating women in our community, a lot of the women, they're looking for the Will Smith, the bad boy Will Smith type. And if you are a Carlton Banks or somewhere around that region, you're pretty much not going to get much success within your community. And that's the truth. Do you get what I'm saying? And that is the truth, bro. But anyway, listen. This has been a long video. I haven't done a long video like this for a while, but it was much needed. It was very, very needed, bro. But I just want to say this at the end, bro, yeah? It's not over, right? This guy I was reacting to, he was being a bit gloomy and saying it's over. It's not over. But I just want you lot to understand the game that you're playing so you don't get upset, you don't get frustrated. You know, you don't want to go and throw yourself off a bridge or out the window, bro. I want you lot to understand that this is the game, all right? And there's no absolutes in anything, but there's patterns and tendencies and generalities that you can use to navigate. And honestly, my last thing I'll say is this, and someone just hit the super chat. Big up Enter Black Dragon. He says, relationships between black women and white women, black men and white women typically result in experiences with rejection from other counterparts. Also, sex drives are far more aligned. If you know, you know. Yeah, man. Like, yeah, man. There's always some weird backstory behind everything, innit? There's always a weird backstory behind a lot of these decisions. But anyway, yeah, man. Black guys, I just want you to understand where you stand in this game, and you know, go where you're appreciated, go where you're wanted, you know. And yeah, I just wish you the best, man. Like, because I feel like a lot of times we do get a raw deal out here. Do you get what I'm saying? And we are expected to be superheroes, and many times I just feel like it's very unfair, you know. Especially within our own communities, we're expected to be superheroes. Like, and I just think that it's an odd experience that we have to live through. But anyway, with that being said, I'm ending it there. You lot take care of yourselves, man. I'll be back again with more live streams. And I'm on the new episode of Back Chat that's out tomorrow on the Trend Central YouTube channel. Make sure you go check me out on Back Chat, episode 4. I think I've been on every episode so far, like, to be honest. I think I'm in pretty much every single episode, innit? So go check me out over there. But anyway, with that being said, you lot take care of yourselves. I'll be back again very, very soon, yeah? You lot, that's it. Take care of yourselves. And yeah, hit the like button. Don't forget to do that. Hit the like button right now. If you haven't done it yet, do it now. All right, with that being said, I'm out. Peace.